is Vantana Sanchdev, and this is going to be our CSE 535 final project demo. We have implemented 14 on 15 of the tasks proposed. Additionally, we have also implemented 3 extra tasks which will be addressed during the course of the video. Our app, Devils in Class, is a mobile app which seeks to replace the commercially available clickers and also extends its capabilities by adding extra context-aware features. The idea is to create an educational interface between teachers and students. For the teachers, it acts as an immediate assessment and feedback tool using which the teacher can change the pace and level of the class to maximize understanding of the students. For the teachers, we have implemented a Windows desktop application using which the teacher can broadcast the question to all the students currently present in class, registering the attendance of the students currently attending, and also turning a student's phone on silent when they're in class. Just a couple of context aware features we've added. Registering the attendance and turning the phone on silent, just a couple of the context aware features we've implemented for the students. We've used Pass as our backend server for both the student mobile app and the teacher desktop app. Moving on to the demo. This screen and the next screen will be visible only the first time the app is launched. The student has to key in the ASURide ID and the ASU ID, which will be stored in the shared preferences file. Shared preferences are used to create a permanent file for the app, which is available throughout the lifetime of the app and is deleted only once the app is uninstalled. You can key in the settings of the class, which includes the start time, the end time, the address, and the days on which you have the class. All these fields will be stored in another shared preference file called settings. The idea to implement shared preferences is so that we don't have to pull data from the server each and every time we access this information.
Hi, I'm Gautam Sadarangani and I'm going to talk about some more features about the student mobile app. The screens up till now will be only seen the first time the app is launched, and the next time the app is launched you are directly directed to the home screen. In this screen we take the student class code, that is for example CSE 535. We enter the start and end timings, which will be military timings, and we'll also set the location of the class. For registering the attendance of the class, we'll be using a feature called geofencing. Geofencing is a part of Google's location services API. I will now add the location of the class using maps, which will also set the geofence to that point. We now we have a radius of 100 meters. As soon as the student enters the radius, the geofence is triggered and we know the student might be going to the class. We don't straight away register the attendance, but we have a dwell time for 30 minutes, after which the attendance is registered if the student has not moved out of the radius in 30 minutes. For now, we have set the dwell time to 1 minute for easy testing. Now we have entered the home screen. Home screen shows the user ID, ASURide ID that we entered, and also has a space for question ID. Question ID is provided in class when given by the teacher. The student has to enter the question ID in order to be able to see the question. As just give me a moment to enter the question ID. As you can see, we have a dummy question here and I can answer more than one answers at the same time and send it. Once the question has been sent, we can we won't be allowed to answer the same question twice. Now as we can see, the geofence was triggered and we get an alert over here as CSE 539 attendance registered. Now we'll see what happens on the PASS database. PASS database, PASS is a backend as a service which we are using in our app for creating the backend of our server, and acts as a intermediary between the professor's desktop app and the student's mobile app. So as soon as the attendance is registered, in the past, as I'll show you soon, we'll be able to see the attendance and the student's ASU ID, the course number in a database on the PARS database uh, online. This is the PASS database and the online dashboard that we can see. On the left hand side, we can see the various tables that we have. We have session, user. User is the table that will be registering the list of professors that are using this database. Courses will have the list of courses and the codes and the names of the courses. These are the questions which the mobile app will be fetching. So as we can see, we had fetched the question number G9TB6QJ58, and these are the options, and this is the question that was fetched by the mobile app. Now we can see the student app where the attendance is registered, since the most recent attendance was registered by ASU ID 123456 for the course CSE 539. We can see attendance for other course have not been registered yet, but for course 3, which was CSE 539, the number has been incremented to 1. Now for the answers, we can see for student number 123456, we can see he answered true for D and C and answered false for A and B. So as he had checked the options C and D, they have been marked as true in this database.
Hi, I'm Aravind Srinivasa. I will be demonstrating the Devilson class professor side of the app. This is the first screen where we see the login. The credentials of the professors will be in the PASS cloud so that they can directly log in. I'll log into my account. Once I log in, the courses I take will be populated into this combo box, and I can take for now applied cryptography here. Here now, as we see the applied cryptography, we have three main options: ask a question, attendance, and history. Ask a question will demonstrate a simple question, that is, what is my name? Answer, just a simple answer will be A, B, C, and D. Now we can press ask, and this is pushed to the PASS server, and the ID of this will be given, and professors can give this ID to the students. By showing the app, we can demonstrate here. If we go to the question section, what is my name? ABCD is already in the PASS, and it is the created at time is noted. So this will be used in our app to further in the stipulated amount of time the students will be answered, and only those answers will be considered later, if even if the answer we are not going to take it. So the time constraint factor will be executed here. Next, we can see the results. The results will be 0% because nobody have answered it, but once they have answered it, we will we'll calculate the percentages of it and we'll show it here. The next option is attendance. For now, only one student is registered for the class, and his ASU ID is 123, and the attendance will be 1. once we have multiple students, we will list it here, and we'll also show the attendance. History is the option. We are showing all the question posed in the previous classes, and we can take any of the classes as we How I Met Your Mother, and we can view the results. This is the result. Even if the students tries, they can try to answer this one, but we don't count it, as we count only the answers which are given in the stipulated amount of time. That is 1 minute for now, but we can change it to any of as the requirement suggests. Now, as you can see, the answers will be 16%, 33%. These are the number of percentage of students who have answered in the class. This is the previous answer we can show. So this is the main application. This is a WPF desktop application. As task wise, the ask a question and attendance, these were the previously stated tasks. History is the extra task we have performed, and also seeing the history, that is answers to this question, this is the new another additional feature we have implemented.
In this space, you enter your question ID. As was mentioned earlier, a student may only answer a question once. When you key in the question ID, the application will compare the current question ID to the previously answered question IDs and will not allow the student to proceed. We had stored the student's class location and class timings in the settings shared preference file. When geofence is triggered, the notification services are sent to the device notification drawer, thus informing the student that his attendance has been registered for the class. The audio manager is manipulated to set the phone on silent when the geofence was triggered. The phone had been set to silent mode. This can be noticed at the top of the screen during the phase when the geofence was triggered. The following is an extra feature using which the student can fetch his attendance for the classes he has registered for and attended over the whole semester. The student may change the course information using the change setting button also. What you see now is a list of tasks which we had submitted for our proposal. I have addressed tasks 4, 9, 13 and 14. Previously, I have also addressed the extra tasks which we have implemented. Tasks 1, 2, 5, 6 and 11 have been addressed by Gautam. Tasks 3, 7, 8, 10 and 12 along with 2 extra features in the teacher's application have been addressed by Aravind. What you can expect from us in the future is a more polished version of the app and also task 15 which remains to be completed. I hope you like the app. Please get back to us with your feedback. Thank you.